name is Catherine, and this is EleWebDev. EleWebDev is short for Elementor Website Development. This channel is dedicated to beginners and intermediates of the Elementor page builder for WordPress. Today's tutorial is a little complicated, so why don't I just set the scene for you? So here's the scenario. I've got a client who contacted me and said, we normally YouTube our events, but in this case, we are going to just take photographs. I said, okay, that's fine. She said, can we put the photographs on the website instead? I said, that's not a problem. So we hung up the phone, and then I started thinking about it some more. So I was like, there could be different ways I could do this, but there was a limited amount of space that I could do this in. So here's what I came up with, and I'll show you a demonstration. So here's what I decided. I would decide to put a button on the page, and on that button, I'd make it a fancy button. I decided that I was going to put a pop-up connected to that button, and I was going to put inside of that pop-up, I was going to put a media carousel. And inside of that media carousel, I was like, okay, I'm going to put images, but knowing how people are about putting images on their site, I decided we weren't going to put them in the media library of the WordPress site. We were going to gather them from some other place so that our inodes on our hosting provider would not be used up. So I decided to connect the images from a Google Drive. Can you do that? I gave it a try, and guess what? It works. So let's set it up. So here we are on the events page. This is just a demonstration. This is not the actual events page. So normally they have 2 events a month. And so the first event of the month, they do a YouTube video for. Then the second one, this previous one, they will put a PDF of information about the event. So in this one, we've got the C photos. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create a pop-up. So let's get that started. We're going to go back out to our dashboard, and we're going to go to Elementor. Now, heads up, this requires Elementor Pro. So we'll go to templates and we'll go to pop-ups. And I've already created a pop-up. Now, if in the scenario later on they have other events that they're not going to Zoom/YouTube record these events and they decide to do pictures again, then I'm going to have to put the month and the day of the name of the pop-up so that I can call the pop-up to the right button on the right date. I know this is confusing, but let's just move on. So let's add a new pop-up. And I'm going to call it, this is the 26th, so I'm going to say AUG 26. And I'm going to say create template. Template, pop-up, whatever you want to call it. Okay. We get the library, and I don't want anything here because this is going to be custom made. Okay. So here we are, and our pop-up is waiting for us to have a media carousel. So let's go to that. We're going to come in here, and we're going to find the media carousel. There it is. And I'm going to drag and drop the media carousel inside of the pop-up. There it is. And 3 images is perfect for me, but the width of the pop-up needs to be a little bit bigger. Let's go to the settings. And by going to the settings, we will find the width of the pop-up. And we're going to just say, we're just going to keep on going, keep on going. Let's just say, let's put a manual value in there, and I'm going to say 1200. Okay. Let's go back and do a little bit of editing to the media carousel. I only want 3 photos to be seen at one time. And here's a little tip. We're going to go to additional options. And I'm just going to put lazy load as on for this, especially if we are using Google Drive images. Okay? And we're not going to touch anything. I'm actually going to turn off the dots, and I'm going to turn off the arrows. Okay. And we're good here, so I'm going to I might as well just hit publish. And I'll get the images in there in just a second. Triggers. The only trigger that I want is an on-click event. So I'm going to turn an on-click event. Click, one click will do. And I will hit save and close. Save and close. Okay, now we need to get our images into the media carousel. So I'm going to right click on the media carousel, and I'm going to go back to slides, and I'm going to go to item number 1, and we're going to choose an image. And you're like, but if you choose an image, it's going to the media library. Well, just hold on a second. There is something that you pass by many, many times. Is this right here? Is the insert from URL. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to insert an image from a URL. Okay, so I'm going to click that. And what is the address? Well, I have open in another tab. I've got my Google Drive. So here is the Google Drive, and here are 3 images. Right-click on the image and say Get Link. And it doesn't matter, boys and girls, whether this is restricted or anyone with the link. It doesn't matter. Because if you copy the link, you will get it, and it will pop through. So we're just going to copy the link, and we'll go back to our pop-up. And right in here, I'm going to delete the HTTP because that's unsecure. And I'm going to Command V paste this link. Now, if you use this link, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So the Google Drive photo links in WordPress, there is a special way you need to do it. This information will be in the description down below so that you can copy and paste this. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to get a link that looks like this. And this where the number sign hashtags are. So let me just paste that link. So the numbers is what you want. So right after the D, I'm going to copy this number right here. And I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it right up here where these numbers are, number signs are, and I'm going to paste. This is the link that you need in order for those images to come on through, right here. This is the actual address. So it's https://drivegoogle.com UC?ID equals and the number of the photo. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to come back in here, and again, the direct copy from Google Drive is not going to work, so we're going to delete this, and we're going to paste the new link in there, and we're going to, there it is, pops right up, and we're going to insert media, and there it is. And we'll just do that for the next 2 images. So I'll right-click, choose Get Link. I will copy the link. I will come back to my note, and I will paste that link down here. Paste. And I will grab the number of the photo to the next slash. I will copy that. I will delete this number. I knew that was going to happen. And paste, and I will copy this address, copy it, go back to the pop-up, go to item number 2, go to choose image, insert from URL, paste the image, it should load, There it is. Insert media. There it is. All right, let's go get our third, and we will right click and get link and copy the link, and we'll go back to our pop-up and we'll go to number 3. We will choose image, insert from URL, but we have to transpose our link. So I'll paste my link in here, and I will delete this, or excuse me, not delete it. I will actually copy it. Copy that. I will delete this one, the number. I will paste my new number, and I will copy this address. Copy it. I will go back to the pop-up and paste the link, and the image should pop up. There it is. And we will insert media, and we will hit update. Again, we've made changes to the pop-up, but we don't need to do anything, so we're just going to hit save and close. And all we need to do is hook up the pop-up to the button. So I'll go back to, since this is the pop-up window, I'm going to go back to the event page, and I'm going to click on See Photos. And again, this is for Elementor Pro. For the link, I'm going to hit the dynamic tag here, right here, dynamic tag for the link. And we'll click on that. And we'll come down and we'll look for pop-up. Right here, pop-up, action pop-up. Then we have to go to the wrench icon, which is here, next to the word pop-up. And we need to choose, what we want to have happen is open a pop-up, and which pop-up? Not all pop-ups. We need a specific one. So if I type AUG, it's going to look in alphabetical order, and it's going to find, this is the one that I made a couple of days ago when I was working on this tutorial. August 26th is the template that we want. Okay, and so that's good. I'm going to click away, and I'm going to hit update on the page. And then we're going to go take a look, a preview of the actual page. And we're going to click on See Photos. And there are the photos. Now you can add more features inside of your media carousel. You can have them rotate. You can have them, click on, pop up, and get a bigger one, be in a light box. You can do whatever features you want to do. And let me go back because I need to make this X bigger. I am going to go back to the pop-up and show you how to make that X bigger. So we will go here, let's see, right down here to the settings of the page, which is, this page is a pop-up. And I want to go to the style, and I want to go to the close button, and I want the color to be red, so I need to actually pick that color red right there. And I want the background color to be white, so we'll click white. And the size of the X, I want bigger. Just a little bit bigger so they can see that is a close. And that's good, and I'll just hit update. And again, when you're updating a pop-up, it says you made changes. Do you want to change any of the publishing settings? No, I don't. Just save and close. So there, I've got the X red so that you can see it to close it. And so that is how we did a very complicated tutorial on how to put Google Drive images inside of a pop-up when you click on a button.